everybody, it's Carolyn and Capone again. Welcome back to our RV life. I'm going to do a video today to answer one of the most frequently asked questions I have been getting, and that is, how much does it cost me to live in my RV? So I'm going to go through my budget line item by line item with you today, and by doing that I'm going to answer a couple other questions that you've been asking me about healthcare and mail and how I get an address and a couple other things that are going to come up along the way. So in typical Carolyn style, it will be a little bit of a story. It always is. So before I get into the budget though, I want to address a couple other things that have been coming up in a lot of your comments and emails. The first thing is, I haven't posted a video in a couple of days, and some of you have been worried about me, which is so sweet, and I really appreciate you guys checking in to make sure I'm okay, wondering where I am, what I'm doing. That made me realize that it would probably be good for me to start getting on a posting schedule so you know when to expect videos from me. I am going to start trying to post on Monday, Thursday afternoons, and Saturday mornings. So now you know, if you're a subscriber, I don't know if you get an email alert when I post anyway, but if not, you'll know when to look for videos from me. The other thing I want to address is types of videos that I'm making. I can't please everybody. As much as I would love to make the whole world happy, I can't. I'm just little old, flawed, imperfect human being Carolyn. I'm not perfect, I make mistakes, and I can't make videos that are going to make every single human being happy. Some of you only want to see road stuff, travel stuff. Some of you like my rants and raves and philosophies. Some of you hate that stuff. Some of you like the how-to videos and the instructional videos. I actually lost a couple subscribers from the last one saying, I don't want to see this bull crap. Here is what I'm going to do. I love sharing my life with you, and I love teaching. Even as a small business owner, I held workshops and seminars, and I taught small business owners how to market their businesses. I love teaching, and so I do enjoy doing these instructional how-to videos. I also get hundreds, if not thousands of questions, the same question over and over and over again. I can't possibly answer every single one personally, as much as I would like to. So in order to answer those questions that I'm getting all the time, it makes sense to do a video like the one I'm doing today. If that offends you, just don't watch it. What I'm gonna try to do though is have more of a system. I will do one instructional or how-to video a week, and then the other two will be about my life out here, about my talking to rocks and my Black Friday rants and that other stuff that a lot of you enjoy. I hope that that can be a good balance for a lot of you who do enjoy being along for the journey. I understand every single video isn't gonna resonate and every single video isn't gonna be interesting to you. I just hope that the ones that aren't interesting, you can just ignore without having to unsubscribe. I am trying to enjoy doing this. I'm trying to share my life with you. I am doing my best to find a balance between making you all happy, because that is important. I do enjoy sharing my life with you, and also finding a balance for my own life. So I hope that that will work, and that we can continue to be friends. All right, so without further ado, let's go down to the subject at hand today, and that is, how much does it cost to live in an RV? I am just gonna go through my budget and line item by line item. Now, a lot of people can live out here very inexpensively. I've heard of people living out here for $600 a month, $1,000 a month. That has not been my experience, as you're gonna see here in a minute. This is my budget, and I'm gonna share it with you. Full disclosure here, really, I'm kind of really letting you guys into my life here, because I want to show you the reality. I don't know that $600 a month is a reality for most people. I think if most of us had a choice, we would choose to have more money to live on. Those of us who are still able to earn are able to have more income to live on, and that's definitely my case. So I'm sharing my expenses with you with that in mind. So let's get started. Number one, my medical costs. If it wasn't for the Affordable Health Care Act, Obamacare, I would not have health insurance. I am self-employed, and for a couple of years before Affordable Health Care Act, I did not have health insurance, but now I do. I do have health insurance through Covered California, which is the California version of the Health Care Act, and so my medical insurance, my out-of-pocket medical costs, and a prescription for migraines that I have on hand all the time, my medical costs are about $585 per month. I'm self-employed and I have to pay taxes. I pay income taxes, I pay self-employment tax. The beauty of being self-employed is that a lot of my normal expenses can be written off. I can write off part of my mileage. I can write off part of my cell phone, actually almost all of it. I can write off part of my living space as an office, although I don't know how that's gonna work this year living in an RV. That'll be between me and my CPA next month. We'll see how that goes. For the revenue, a lot of what I earn, I can write off. So that helps my personal income. And so my self-employment and my income taxes are about $375 a month. That's just an estimate based on what I think I'm gonna earn this year. It was a little bit more last year, but this year, because I've been living in the RV, I haven't had to earn as much, and so $375 is about what I'm paying in taxes right now per month. Food and supplements. So before I give you this number, because I'm gonna hear, let's just put it this way, what some people are living on every month is what I'm spending on food. I'm vegan. I had to go vegan for health reasons. I have arthritis, my migraines, a lot of the foods were triggering my migraines. I'm gluten-free because I am gluten intolerant. That is also a migraine trigger for me, and I do get very bad migraines. And the arthritis and the inflammation and a lot of other things, I'm really careful about what I eat. So I eat a lot of all organic, gluten-free. I mean, it cost me $7 for a loaf of bread. I shop at Whole Foods, Natural Grocers in the Pacific Northwest. Fred Meyer has a very good organic natural food section. I am not buying inexpensive food, and you know, you may call me a hypocrite because yeah, I'm talking about screwing it to the man while I drink my Pellegrino, but we can't be perfect. I'm imperfect, I'm full of contradictions, and my Pellegrino a hell of a lot better than a bottle of Absolute vodka every night. So, you know, I'm gonna drink my damn Pellegrino. I do spend a good amount of money on food and supplements. As a vegan, I need to take B12. I need to take iron. I need to take calcium and magnesium, and I take adrenal support. So between my healthy food and my supplements, I spend about $600 a month on groceries. Pet food and pet supplies. Capone also takes a couple supplements. He's old, he has arthritis, so he's on glucosamine. He's on another all-natural joint pain relief med that I get on Amazon, and you can see it on my website. Yes, a shameless plug. It's on links so that you can see. I can't remember what it's called. But between his medications and his dog food, and a lot of you have asked what I feed him. I feed him Costco premium brand Kirkland dog food. When I had another dog, JT, he was my baby, I used to make them homemade dog food. I'd roast a turkey once a month with brown rice and carrots and just make a huge giant batch to last the month. But when JT died when he was 7, I was like, that didn't do any good. So I went to store-bought, and I did the research because I wanted really good food, and Kirkland brand rates as one of the best. It's all got all good meat in it. People are always complimenting Capone on his coat and how healthy he looks. So I really believe it's a good food. He's on senior food now. I feed him a combination of canned and dry kibble every meal. He gets a little bit of both, and his supplements for his joints. So pet food and supplies are about $50 a month. Laundry. I'm back to the lovely land of laundromats that I haven't been at since college. Oh, that's right, you know that because of the whole blanket story. I stole a blanket by mistake from a laundromat, you know that. Laundry is $10 a month. I live out here by myself most of the time, so I do laundry once a month. I go in and I throw everything in one giant washer. I don't even separate colors anymore, but $10 a month for laundry. Water and dumping my black tanks and gray tank. I dump my tanks about once every 2 weeks, and water I can fill up usually at the dump stations that I go to. They usually have fresh water, and I can usually get 10 to 14 days out of a full tank of water. So sometimes I have to supplement my water by either filling jugs at one of those pay water stations you see outside of grocery stores, or finding free water sometimes at a rest area or a park or free dump station. There are all kinds of different places that you can find water. The water and dump fees are about $30 a month. Most RV parks and a lot of cities offer dump stations, and they range from $5 to $20. I just went to an RV park yesterday. It was called a luxury RV park, which in my humble opinion was a fancy word for a trailer park, but I had to pay $20 there. But a lot of times in Oregon, for example, a lot of their cities had dump stations for free. Gas to drive my RV. If I get about 275 miles to a tank of gas, and it costs me $100 to fill my tank. So for about 825 miles of driving a month, and it includes running my generator to charge my house battery because I don't have solar yet. We'll get into that in a minute. Running my generator a couple hours a day to charge my batteries, and 825 miles of driving a month cost me about $300. So gas to drive is about $300. Propane. Now that I am using the Heater Buddy, remember the scary poof Heater Buddy? Now that I'm using that, I have 2 tanks that I fill. I've got the tank that's dedicated just for the Heater Buddy. It costs me, I think, about $8 to fill that, and I'm filling it about every 7 to 10 days, less now that I'm in warmer weather. So that's about $32, give or take. And then my bigger propane tank, my onboard one that runs my refrigerator, my hot water heater, and my stove. That one I'm filling only about once a month now that I'm using the other tank for heat, and I'm not running my furnace. And so that's probably about $15, maybe $20. So I estimated my propane at about $50 a month. Right now in the winter, it's less in the summer. Maintenance on the RV, and that's just like oil, the deodorizers for the black tank, and just other miscellaneous stuff is about $100 a month. That also includes RV park. I went high on this because sometimes I do stay in an RV park maybe once a month. Instead of spending $10 to dump, I'll just spring for the extra $20 and just have a place to stay for the night where I can plug in, charge my batteries, and it's nice sometimes when I'm traveling around just to have not have to search for a place to camp. Duct tape, it includes duct tape. So here's the deal with the duct tape, and I'm going to show you this eventually. Learning to drive Matilda, there's a learning curve. She's 29 feet long, 10 feet high, 8 feet wide. There's a learning curve, and yeah, I run into stuff. In my car, what I would do is just slowly back up, and when I hit something, I knew it was time to stop. Well, RVs are extremely cheaply made, and there's no such thing as just bumping into something. Shit falls off, literally. So the back end of my rig is held together with duct tape. Yeah, I look like the Beverly Hillbillies out here. But the good news is nobody's going to want to break in. I look pretty poor. Part of the whole big plan. But yeah, so duct tape is part of my maintenance for my RV. I go through a lot of it. My phone. A lot of people ask how I work out here. How do I get internet? And I get internet with my cell phone. I have Verizon, and it's an internet Wi-Fi hotspot. So right now I just had to upgrade my data plan because I'm uploading videos and it's taking a lot more data. I think I'm gonna have to upgrade again. I just upgraded to 30 gigs and I'm paying $160 a month. That used to buy me work, everything I needed to do to earn a living, and about 4 to 6 hours a month of TV. And I'll talk about how I get TV in a minute. And but now, like I said, now that I'm doing videos, I'm down to maybe 2 hours a month of TV, if that. So I'm probably gonna have to update. I'm almost running out pretty much every month. Web hosting and domain registrations. I'm including this even though it's a business expense and I'm not covering most of my business expenses in this. I'm covering just personal expenses. I'm telling you about web hosting because many of you want to earn a living blogging. And if you want to earn a living blogging and put advertising on your website, you have to pay for a self-hosted website. Wix.com, Squarespace, a lot of the other free ones or almost free ones that are hosted on their platforms are probably not going to let you put affiliate marketing on your website. In fact, I don't think they do at all. So if you want affiliate marketing on your website, like mine, I've got the Amazon links that cost users nothing to use, but every time they use it, I earn a little money. I have AdSense on there. Advertising is actually paying most of my web hosting and registration fees, but I wanted to include that. For 3 websites, I have FortuneMarketingCompany.com, AloneOnTheJMT.com, and CarolynsRVLIFE.com, and web hosting, and I use DreamHost, and my domain registrations for those are $45 a month for all 3. So if you're only gonna have one website, that would be about $15 a month for you to host your website and to lease your domain name. The domain name for me, CarolynsRVLIFE.com, you have to rent that and pay an annual fee. It's only like $9 a year. My mail. This is a huge question a lot of you have, and I'm gonna do a separate video on mail coming soon, maybe next week or sooner, so stay tuned for that. But I'll talk a little bit about it now. My mailbox and forwarding costs about $15 a month. And I have my mail through a UPS store. I went to the UPS store in my home base town in California and rented a mailbox. And the nice thing about UPS store is it's not a PO box, it's an actual street address. So the actual street address allows me to do things that a PO box sometimes you're not allowed to do. I was able to register to vote. I'm able to register my vehicle and use it as my DMV address. And I still have my residency in California. I don't know if that's going to change, but right now that's what I have been able to do for the last 8 months. And in addition to having my mailbox at the UPS store, another service that they offer is forwarding my mail. And again, I'm going to cover that in another video. But all I have to do is call them and say, okay, do I have any mail? Great. Send it here, and I'll give them an address and tell them where they can forward it to me. Great deal. So for a mailbox, it's about 10, I can't remember. I paid 18 months up front, one lump sum, and I got a discount, I think, of 3 months. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was between $10 and $15 a month, I think. So between renting the mailbox and the $5 it costs for them to forward my mail once a month, I'm paying $15 for mail. And finally, the last expense that I have is Amazon Prime. And I love Amazon Prime. I get a lot of value for $99 a year, which breaks down to $8.25 a month. I get a lot of value. Number one, it's my TV. They've got movies, they've got TV shows, they've got series, they have Amazon Prime exclusives, which I really enjoy. And right now, that's the only thing I have for TV. When I first came out here, I had Netflix, I had Hulu. I got rid of all those, and now I'm just doing Amazon Prime. The other benefit of Amazon Prime as a nomad, this is really helpful, is the free 2-day shipping. So I don't have to guess 3 days, 5 days. If I am buying something from Amazon and I need to have it shipped to someplace I'm on my way to or a city that I'm hanging out in or near, I know when it's going to arrive and I don't have to sit around and wait for it. And it's really great. So I order something today. I know in 2 days it's going to arrive, let's say in Sisters, Oregon. So I can plan my travels around that and get to Sisters, Oregon when my Amazon shipment arrives. So $8.25 for my Amazon Prime membership. That's it. Those are all of my expenses. Just to recap very quickly, medical and out-of-pocket insurance, $585. Taxes, self-employment tax and income tax, $375 a month. Food and supplements and household stuff too, we'll throw in, $600 a month. Pet food and supplies, $50 a month. Laundry, $10 a month. My water and dump fees, $30 a month. Gas for driving and running the generator, $300 a month. Propane to heat the inside of my rig, to run my refrigerator, to heat my water, and to run my stove, $50 a month. Maintenance on my RV and sometimes maybe an RV park, $100 a month. My phone and my data, my internet, $160 a month. Web hosting for 3 websites, $45. Amazon Prime, $8.25 for TV and shipping. My mailbox and my mail forwarding, $15 a month. So my grand total, are you ready? Drum roll. Brrr. That was pretty good. Brrr. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. $2,328.25. That is what it costs me to live in my RV. However, I left something out. Shall we turn the page here? What we didn't talk about are my RV repairs. I have talked in blogs and a couple of videos. Matilda here, you can't see her, sitting there behind me so innocently, cost me $8,000. 1993 with 53,000 miles on her. I thought she was in pretty good shape, didn't get her checked out, and I've been paying the price. Now, over the last 8 months, here is what I have had to put into Matilda for repairs. The first thing, I knew I was going to have to do this. The tires, the tread was good. Another lesson. The tread was great on the tires, but they were cracked and worn because they were 5 or 6 years old sitting in the sun. I knew I was going to have to replace my tires. Within 2 weeks, I blew one out, went to Big O. They were like, yeah, girl, you need to change. You need all brand new tires. They gave me a great deal, $1,000 for 6 brand new tires. So that was number one. The second thing to break was my kitchen faucet. One day I was hurrying and I went like this and it just busted off and couldn't be fixed. So I had to replace my kitchen faucet. That was $75. I had to replace my cabin battery because I didn't know you have to put water in them. They take distilled water and you need to check them periodically, and I fried my first one. I then thought I fried my second one somehow. I don't know why. I can't remember what happened, but it wasn't charging. I found out it was the solenoid. Long story. But I ended up buying 2 batteries, which is good because now I have a backup to run my laptop on. But 2 cabin batteries cost me $320. About 3 months ago, I had to replace my starter. I was in Sisters, Oregon, and the starter died. That was $470. And then the next day, I had to get brake work done. And the rear brake drum was leaking. So I had to get that fixed. Les Schwab did a great job. It was only $240. And then last month, my transmission died. Yeah. You can read about it on my website. I'll post a link. 2 weeks stuck in a mechanic shop. But while I got the transmission rebuilt, I also got new U-joints, a new engine mount, a tune-up, an oil change, and it needed the new transmission computer, CTI or CPI. I can't remember what it was called. That cost $5,400. Yeah. That one hurt. So for a grand total of RV repairs for the last 8 months, $7,505. Now, if you break that down over the 8 months, that's $938 a month. Now, if you add $938 to $2,300, you get about $3,200. It has cost me $3,200 to live in Matilda for the last 8 months. Yeah, I'm not saving the money I thought I would save. I hope year 2 will be better. Hell, I'm almost, by the time I'm done, I'm gonna have a completely rebuilt rig. That's my experience. That is what I have been running into, what my challenges have been. So to recap, without the repairs, I'm spending $2,328 and change to live in my RV. It's gonna vary. Your expenses, of course, are gonna be different from mine. Not everybody is gonna spend $600 a month on food. You may not have self-employment taxes, etc. But I shared mine with you to give you every possible scenario. I wanted you to really know what you're in for, regardless of what your situation is, before you come out here. And this is mine. I know a lot of people are out there doing websites and blogs about how you can live out here for less than $1,000 a month. I don't think that's realistic for most of us. I really don't. I think that if you're forced to live on less than $1,000 a month, great. But for those of us who can still earn, we don't have to. And I can afford the luxury of $600 grocery bill. And that's okay. I've given up a lot of other things. So $600 a month to eat well and to eat healthy foods is it's just a choice that I have decided to make. There you have it. That is what it costs me to live in my RV. I hope that has helped give you the information that you need to help your planning, and I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for watching. You know I love you guys to death. I will see you again soon. Take care, you guys. Bye.